In the apartments of Universe 15, we finally see the birth of Ichel's child. Ichel is the only character in the entirety of Dragon Ball Multiverse that has been pregnant since the beginning and has yet to fight. It is finally her turn, her opponent being Vegito. But immediately as this baby is born, it's obvious that it is different than anything else because it speaks full sentences and immediately transforms into a adult female superhero. This is a huge turn of events here because not only have we gotten this warrior that has been promised for so long, but at the exact same time, like, this superhero outfit actually kind of goes hard. Like, it honestly is better than the Gamma's outfit. It feels more regal, more superhero-ish, and maybe, I don't know if this is the plan the entire time. Remember, Dragon Ball Multiverse has been around since the early 2010s, so I don't know if this was the exact plan with this character all along, but either way, I think it looks really cool and gives me huge Majin vibes. Ichel isn't a baby, it's an artificial being. He's the ultimate warrior of infinite power that will protect our world. I could have sworn this was a chick, but apparently it's a guy. Mother, I thank you for bearing me. It is tragic that my first and last act be a massacre, but I must carry out my mission. And immediately goes to the tournament arena floor because he's ready to jump in and fight. I am Ichel, the Great Protector. Please excuse if my diction is limited. I was born only 3 minutes ago. In my previous intraturinine life, I closely observed you. You are terrifyingly powerful for some invincible beings, and for many chaotic entities with the potential to destroy entire universes. This is highlighted by this unacceptable technology allowing the travel between universes, which had been until now protected from each other. My mission statement is clear. The most powerful beings of all universes are here, as well as the creators of this technology assembled in one place. I must destroy you all. You can try. Farewell. And Vegito's fully into this gambit. He is fully into whatever this new character is going to bring about, and he is not caring that this character is literally only like a few minutes old. Like, he does not care. For Vegito, especially Multiverse Vegito, his hands are E for everyone. Anybody can get the smoke. But just as I thought, this character Ichel has a secret ability called Nawarudo, and this seems to blanket everything in some sort of frozen stasis, allowing Ichel to basically freeze everybody in time. And with this, he goes up, flies straight up to Vegito, and shatters him at his center, completely breaking him apart into pieces, almost as if he was made out of stone. And Ichel was not kidding. Like, this is meant to be how they destroy everybody, because Gohan is next, and only Android 16's interruption saves Gohan's life here. The mechanical beings are immune to this new ability, and so it gets really interesting where we see like who's actually a machine, who's a robot, who's an android, based on the fact of whether they have feeling, whether they can move or not. So I'm wondering if like this freezing negates how powerful some of these characters are. And when you break them like that, it makes them extremely, like the ability makes them extremely fragile, so once they get shattered, they actually die. I'm wondering if that's their ability. It's a really interesting one we've seen before, but it's something that is definitely new to Dragon Ball Multiverse. And I think that is right on the money, because this character Ichel says, I'm definitely strong enough to defeat. And what they're saying is that Android 16 on his own is an easy 1-2, essentially. Like, it's an easy elim for someone of this caliber of strength. So that to me means that whatever ability that he's putting on everybody else negates how powerful they actually are, or makes him way more powerful than he actually is. So the androids themselves are also like unfrozen, and these two hate Goku, so it's funny they're going after the only evil version of Goku, like Kakarot, to try to shatter him, but are easily stopped by android Yamcha, who is an android and is stronger than these androids. And I still find it so funny that even this far into this manga, Android 18 is still getting crushed over by Yamcha. Like, Yamcha is fully into this android trying to save her soul, and she's actively trying to push him off and be like, no, I'm not worth saving. I'm not trying to be saved. But Yamcha promises Android 18 something that she's probably wanting the entire time, and that is that if you help me, I'll stop bothering you. If we protect everybody from this monster, then I will stop, being annoying, which is something that Android 18, who can't destroy Yamcha because he's stronger than her, she is like, you know what, fine, maybe this will get him off our back. Well, Android 17 is just snapping off hair off Vegito, which is actually really funny. And after Android 17 is goaded successfully by Yamcha, he attacks Ichel, like literally right in his face. But Ichel is no joke, and he makes quick work of Android 17 right away. And that's because they have no finesse, they have no strategy, like, Yamcha saying here, 17 just attacked him straight away, but this outburst by Android 18, this actually is going to be detrimental to her because she is now taken blindly by this character who now is stronger than the androids at minimum. And I think this is a cool way to give some of these characters that have really not been fighting, give them a chance to fight, because even though they're not the strongest, they can fight someone like this who is kind of just working on hacks. But Yamcha is stronger than him, and he does protect Android 18, and I find it really funny that Android 18 is just so furious that Yamcha would even try to protect her that she ends up punching him anyway. And so 17 comes out of nowhere and attacks Yamcha too, and now it looks like they've forgotten about Ichel completely. And I just love me some evil 17 and 18. That's like something like, to me, is extremely nostalgic. And the fact that they literally attack Yamcha and Android 18 attacks him with this huge energy ball, which, I mean, this is the definition of she's not that into you, bro. And this is enough to kind of have Ichel not even question his mission, which at this point now, it is completely sane what Ichel is trying to do and stopping these monsters, essentially. Like, these guys are so powerful from playing this game and leaving this arena where he can just take them all out all at once and really save a bunch of universes, because the Android 18 and 17 are a prime example. They'll just go right back to where they came from and cause more mayhem. But Yamcha was the strongest one, and he's like, you guys just murder him, so that sucks for you two, you guys are gonna die next. And Ichel literally makes short work of 17 in this, whereas in 18 is actually kind of holding her own a little bit better against him, but not really that much. And it's clear that Ichel isn't really the strongest one, and he's just using this ability of freezing time and freezing everybody and breaking them that way to be able to make himself far stronger than he actually is. I'm curious if Ichel's design or his inspiration came from anything that we know or something that I have missed. Now, after defeating the androids, he has no one else to face him except for Yamcha, who has survived that attack. Obviously he did. He is the strongest android, but I find it interesting that someone like Yamcha, who is supposedly a hero in some sense, is not really more sympathetic to Ichel's cause. I'm hoping that he has some dialogue with him about why is he doing what he's doing, and you got to give these people a chance. And with all the androids down, I guess Yamcha is the last one, but he even says that he can go 100% against this guy. And it looks like the other guy's not pulling any punches either. He's going at him. So really, there is no time right now at all for them to have any sort of dialogue whatsoever. And Yamcha is quick enough and fast enough on his feet to dodge every single one of Ichel's attacks. And Yamcha is easily dodging them. He's really not giving it his all at all. And so honestly, the fact that Yamcha wasn't frozen is something that's going to bite Ichel right in the ass. Because in this scene right here, it is clear that Yamcha's punches pack way more than anything Ichel can distribute, and Yamcha dodging here means that he's much faster than Ichel is on his feet. In this blind spot, he uses the Wolf Fang Fist, which he still seems to know, and now it's going to be way overpowered too. He uses it on Ichel, and I'm gonna be playing Sparking Zero as Yamcha and imagining that he's the android, and that's gonna be like my storyline for playing Sparking Zero with him, because he's such a cool character in this, and I love the fact that he's an android and he's trying to save android 18 and 17. You may have beaten all the others, but you can't touch me. Does that make me the strongest out of all the universes? I mean, the strongest android, definitely. I see that I cannot defeat you. However, you are a good person. You comprehend the necessity of my actions. See, I knew they were going to talk about this. Killing everyone isn't a solution. When the risks overtake the game, sacrifices are needed. There's no more risk with Boo can't say, but he's gone. The remaining strong ones are cool. Can you believe that? Cool Saiyans? Their entire species consists of murderers, but those of the Universe 16 and 18 are heroes. They even have Piccolo Daima with them on the side of good. And me, Jiro transformed me into this personal assassin. He brainwashed me, and yet we all changed for the better. Those two don't seem to want to change. Yes, it disappointed me, but you can't judge all for a few exceptions. Oh G, at least G. What G? Let me destroy him while he's still paralyzed. I've read his mind and I know his plan. He'll devour your universes like he did his own. That G doesn't sit right with me, but as long as he's not threatening anyone, even him, even the devourer of worlds you want to protect, I can at least destroy the Varga tech and strand us here. Like, this guy's actively trying to be a hero and Yamcha is stopping him. And so he tries and attempts to destroy all the Varga technology to strand everybody in this area, which would be like such a cool storyline if this actually happened. But Yamcha not only prevents it from happening, he's strong enough to still do this to this guy with just one small blast. Like, Yamcha is kind of overpowered here, or this guy's a little bit weak in the weaker side of things without his ability. And Namekian can still heal you. Free everyone from your spell. I appreciate your kindness. You don't want to kill me. It's my last shot. Stop. If you fire, I'll kill you. You might kill me. It's still a chance I'll have to take. This guy was serious from the start. I mean, he's been alive for like 10 minutes now, but he was serious from the start. And this is a pretty interesting transition. The transition from the frozen world to the back to normal, essentially, and that marks the death of Ichel, who only lived for about 3 minutes. But Ichel did his damage because Vegito wakes up to find himself in half and Yamcha summoning Namekians to come save him. I'm hoping this doesn't lead to just him being healed relatively easily. If he's cut in half, it should be a little bit harder to heal someone like Vegito, because Vegito is all powerful. So it shows that this ability that this guy had was extremely cheap. It was a cheap ability, froze everybody, and literally made the strongest opponent in the universe into paper mache, into glass. But that's the end of today's chapter, guys, of Dragon Ball Multiverse, the newest chapter. But I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Perish.